plasticnews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. plasticnews.com. Don't forget the IQ. plasticnews.com.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 338. We recorded on December 17th, 2025. I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I only have Joey here.
Mike is a sick.
I see the chat. I see him in there.
Hello, chat.
Oh, man. Well, guys, right now, holding down the fort, it's going to be myself and Joey. Scott is recovering just nice, watching us at home in front of a fire, just relaxing, as he should be. And we should patiently await Ernie's arrival and all bow when he enters. And, so, but before we get into everything, I have to do the intro now because Scott's not here. So here we go. Shadow Council, you guys are awesome. Special shout out to you guys. We've got AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Blitz Transmissions, Brian C, Cassidy B, Cliff, Commander Bly, Commander Cook, Crystal E, Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, Flavy Davey, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, Howlrunner Runner Base, James Morrow, Joseph Bailey, Chris K, Luke O, Meeks, Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic. Ooh, gotta take a breath. Mufftack is back. Nicholas Schaefer, Obi-Sean Kenobi, Rhino Hobbies, Stu John Jedi, and Troy Dotson. If you guys want to find out what the Shadow Council is, scan that QR code and get involved. And I think by the new year, we should have a whole revamped understanding of what the Shadow Council and all that stuff, all that good stuff is. But I also do want to take a special shout out to all our channel members too. That's another list that we will get updated and everything. For those of you who are our channel members, thank you so much. I see you guys. We hear you. We see you. We hear you. So, Joey, everybody in the pit is ready for this tonight. Lots of Star Wars to talk about, just like Star Wars and Brews. We've got Stu John Jedi in there. Commander Bly is in there. I was talking about the gaming to make sure these games actually launch. Lucasfilm should create their own video game division and maybe call it LucasArts. You know, if it ain't broke, let's break it some more. That's Disney's motto. So, we got Gordon Skulsey's in there. Yes, which
it ain't broke, keep going till it breaks.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't broke. Here, give it to me for a sec. I'll break it. We got Joe is in there. We got Dodd the Dan Dorn in there. We've got Chris. Okay, what's up, man? All the way from London. It's 4 a.m. there, so we'll try to wake you up and get your day started here. Rhino Hobbies is in there. Let's see. We've got Howlrunner Base. Yes. And then last, everybody's responding to last week's trivia again. Mando Mike, I'm not going to read the comment. We all know that you love Holdo. Oh, sick man. You're a sick man. We've got Meeks is in there. What's up? Dr. Brantley and Fig Fury from Greatness SKN Toy Box to Greatness of Sarlacc leaving all. What's up, Fig? We've got the Max Rebo experience. Yeah. Guys, if I missed anybody, let me know. And if you're in there, say hi, and we'll get into it. So, Joey, Star Wars. There's a lot going on, and I will be getting on a little bit of a soapbox later on. But right now, let's talk about the gaming stuff, because the Gaming Awards was just passed, and here's the thing, guys. In true Star Wars fashion, they gave us 2 trailers to 2 upcoming games coming on. And one is a Galactic Racers pod racing game, and the other one is a single-player RPG game, just like Outlaws, I guess, or something like that in that vein, but called Fate of the Old Republic. Now, let's put this in perspective of Star Wars gaming. If anybody who's into it, like Meeks I know is into it, I still play. Nothing excites me than gameplay. A trailer is cool, awesome. I love trailers. I love announcements, but until they show me gameplay, I consider these not really a thing. And it's not my fault. You know what I mean? It's been the past. It's been EA's fault. It's been all these other, like I said, Lucas Gaming shutting down and giving it up to all these other independent studios to create Star Wars games. And things get announced, and then it's like production problems, script problems, this strike, that strike, and then we're sitting there going, you know what? I'm gonna be like 7 years old waiting for a game that have to play, and I don't like doing that, Yeah, we need gameplay 100%. Until like I said, Fate of the Old Republic. Now, there's some good news there, and there's some kind of like, where again, the wait and see. The gameplay is 100%. If I saw gameplay, then I know we're closer than ever. Then I'd be like, all confidence in. The fact that Old Republic is in there, and they're basically getting the producer that produced the old KOTOR games and the Mass Effect games to come back and do this Fate of the Old Republic. And I don't know the time frame of it, but I'm assuming it's the events after Knights of the Old Republic. So in between Knights and the Star Wars the MMO that's going on right now, like kind of like not necessarily a KOTOR 3, but in that vein. Seen some familiar characters there, and I'm 100% excited that Old Republic would be in the news again because again, that's one of my favorite eras of Star Wars. You know, I know you played Outlaws, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I did.
being another RPG game in that vein, but you're not familiar with the Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I never played it.
Yeah, some of the most phenomenal storytelling and gameplay I've ever experienced in gaming. The choices, the characters in it, just the events. That's what excites me about this coming back in any form. It doesn't have to be KOTOR 3. It doesn't have to be but an RPG kind of deal. I'm all in. And going into that era of Star Wars, I'm all in. Outlaws, I don't know. I didn't play Outlaws, so I don't know about the controversial subject matter at hand or whatever. If it was good or bad, or if it was the timing that would messed it up. But I heard, like I said, my son played it, he liked it, but it wasn't like, oh, this is amazing.
All depends on what I mean. It all, like, I played it and I think I was into it for about maybe a day or two, and then I was like, yeah, I can't.
Gotcha. Yeah, Commander Bly, that's the question. That's why I'm not excited. I'm excited, not excited at the same time until you see gameplay, because that means they're a lot further into it. It actually makes it to release, though. That's the thing. Yeah, we'll talk about Racer in a minute here, Matt White. But Racer actually does have a date release, not a year, but not a date. So 2026. It's on the StarWars.com website. It says 2026. So I have more confidence in that. It's probably an easier game to kind of get through. Joey had Dr. Brandon. Joey looked like he had PTSD.
Yeah.
What do you mention? Outlaws? Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just the graphics didn't do nothing for me. I mean, it's not a smooth game. The storyline was whack. It's like,
right.
Yeah,
I got you.
I don't know. Call me a sexist pig if you want, but I want the choice to be cut. To be either a man or a girl, whatever. It's like the same thing with the new game that's coming out. They I don't know if the main character is going to be a woman again, but it's like, come on, another.
Well, I'm sure just like if it's the KOTOR games, Mass Effect, you get to create your own character. But I mean, you said Jedi Fallen Order, which was a character-driven game. Yeah, Outlaws is a character-driven game. I mean, it's there. Rhino Hobbies, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. That's the sentiment, I think.
You know what it was that bugged me is it was like it just felt like you're playing the role of a female that tried too hard to be like a female was trying too hard to be like Han.
Okay.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, I haven't played the game, so I don't know. Like I said, I've my son played and he was just like, yeah, it's fun. What I will say this, just real fast. We got Cube Squadron checking in. You're not late, man. You're right on time, dude. Fig Fury, hoping main character is customizable like KOTOR. I'm betting it is, but again, that we don't have any information. I forgot what I was gonna say. What were you gonna say? Okay, so let's see, KOTOR. Man, I lost all train of thought. I'm sorry, you threw me off with that Han Solo thing.
Okay, call it sexist if you want. That was my interpretation of it.
Sure.
So this has nothing to do with the podcast. All I want, nobody canceling the podcast or canceling Marco. That was all me. So
you can cancel. It's fine. You can cancel. It's fine. But anywho, that's we'll see if let's see what Dr. Brantley says. If they want a female-led game, they should make Leia a game that takes place between the movies. Yeah, like becoming Hutt Slayer. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think there's room for it all. I mean, like I said, you had Jedi Fallen Order, which you follow Cal Kestis. You know what I mean? It's not like you're giving all female only character-driven games. You know what I mean? Outlaws was their thing, and like I said, I'm very sure that the KOTOR team is very familiar with that type of playing, and if it falls in line with the KOTOR stuff, you absolutely get to create your character. Let's see. We got Jordan from Canada checking in. Just wanted to drop some love to Starlight Digest. It's an excellent show. Happy holidays and keep the Star Wars goodness going. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. More than you know. More than you know. Yeah, Fig Fury, an Ahsoka game would be dope.
That would be dope too.
That would be really, really cool. I mean, there's a lot of time frame. I'm surprised that hasn't been like a thing yet. You know what I mean? Like,
See, but those are established female characters. Those are iconic characters.
Yeah.
When you start off with the unknown female character that's trying to act like an iconic character like Han, that's where you're like, okay, why didn't you just put Han Solo in or something? You know, it's like, why does it got to be another? Why does it got to be a female trying to act like Han Solo or trying to portray the That's what I got from the game.
I got you. I feel there's room for it all because it's not 5 games in a row of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a one-off and everything. But let's talk about Galactic Racer. I'm excited for Galactic Racer because I think we've been talking about having a pod race game ever since Pod Racer came out. Even the arcade, the pod, right? You know, you sit in there and everything. And I think that's I think we're desperately needing it. Now, I heard that both these games, like I saw the little title. I think it was both for PS5 and Steam. So I believe the Pod Racer game was PS5 only. I'm just getting like tidbits and kind of like things. So I'll have to get it to PS5. I have a PS4 that I use for streaming. So because I'm a PC gamer. Let's see here. Commander Bly. Fig, yes, there are so many established female characters they could feature. I agree with Joey. That was my first thought when I saw the trailer. Yeah, so you're not alone, dude. Let's see. Fig Fury, the game looks like such a fun game. Yeah, Rhino Hobbies would be cool if you can modify your race. I 100% think this is
that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a fully customizable character thing and just a fun, cool arcade style game. I think when I first
saw it, I thought it was just like pod racing. That's the first thing I thought was
what it is.
Like, pod race. No, but it's like actual like racers, like different. It like some of them look like they're on speeder, like speed bikers and everything. So it's it's not like they were just like strictly like
well, no, yeah, exactly. We're gonna go to all these planets. I think Saboba is gonna be your rival, and he's in it. It's just I think the Star Wars needs a flight simulator, and needs a fighting game, a first-person shooting game, and needs a strategic, an RTS game, real-time strategy, and needs an MMO. It needs every category like it was in the golden ages of Star Wars gaming. It needs every title in there. So, but today's developing, kind of schedule and market, it's like we can announce something and then like either it's 5 years out or it drops halfway because of production, whatever it is, or somebody left or whatever. Like Eclipse, right? Eclipse, we got that glimpse back in Celebration Anaheim, when the trailer came out. And we got recent news of just saying, "Hey guys, don't worry, we're still working on it," and that's it, right? And then like I was watching Blitz transmissions with Bly on there, and they were talking about how they used Celebration and the Eclipse trailer just to attract. It's like they had this idea, but they didn't have developers. Nothing was pen to paper yet. It was like to attract developers to create a game, and I'm like, you fooled all of us. So I think so. We shouldn't be blamed if we're a little bit jaded, if we're a little bit kind of like, we walk into the gaming area with just kind of like, running a fine line there. So, Cube Squadron, I'm excited for it too. Hoping we're getting different classes of racing, pod races, speeder bikes, etc. Looks like we are, and I want it to go full. Me about gaming, I love the meta. I love, racing to get money, to buy engine parts, to have more racers to sell. And I like that whole aspect of it.
I don't know. Call me crazy. The thing I'm excited about is the sound effects. of the motors, the speeder bikes, the echoing of the motors in the caves and stuff. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. Mando Mike Saboba at the end of the trailer nailed it. Yeah, Saboba, just old man Saboba. Let's go. Hal Runner, does Jedi 3 come out in 2026 too? I'll check on that for you. I don't know. It should. The conclusion of that. So Vic Fury, like NASCAR, IndyCar, but pod racing. Again, we need it should have been a thing a long time ago. The Max Rebo experience, isn't Saboba a city in SoCal? That's Saboba. It's a casino. Yeah.
Saboba Casino.
Yeah, Saboba Casino. You're right.
That's a great idea, though.
What's up, Ernie?
What's up, Ernie?
Hello there.
We are talking about the gaming news, all that, like the gaming stuff that was announced, the pod racer and the fate of the Jedi, or the fate of the Republic, meaning like I'm not excited until I see gameplay. Hands down, we've been burned way too many times. So
that's why
they can give me all the trailers they want. I need gameplay when it comes to this to be really on board with it,
And I'm just so old now, I gotta stop trying to buy physical media because that's just pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my Mortal Kombat.
Dude, I'm a gamer. You guys know this, and it's like I've been waiting on games for 10 years that have been in development hell. You know what I mean? And it's just
they came out first. They did this Marvel versus Capcom type stuff, and that was awesome. So Mortal Kombat was like, yeah, we can do that too. And they came out with a thing like basically all the Mortal Kombats up until PS2.
Yeah,
and that got released in October. Well, I wanted the one with the book and the free and the free stuff and that. And then now I'm like, wasn't this supposed to have already come out? They said it was supposed to come out last week. Do you know what the message on GameStop says?
For what?
For Mortal Kombat, like physical.
Oh, for Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
It was supposed to come out last week. The message that I got from GameStop was, there's still no word on what they're doing. They're undecided. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
You know what, dude? Like, I blame EA. EA back in Battlefront 2 days screwed the whole thing up because of their gambling pacts that the government of Hawaii sued EA for the first time and had this whole thing about gaming has become gambling, and that disrupted the entire industry itself. Everybody's scared now to do any kind of DLC or whatever it is, which they should. It was getting out of control in the first place. But it's gotten to the point where, like I said, you get a development deal, and all this money gets pumped into it, and sometimes it's a lot of crowdfunded development. And then it gets in development hell for 10 years, and then you get nothing. Or it's in beta for 5 years and never is released. We're old school, man. We came from like a cartridge, 2D scroller. Boom. Next month, another one came out. And we played all these games. Games have become so complicated these days. So I don't know. And then I guess if they come up with something simple, everybody bitches about it's too simple. Just like Squadrons. Squadrons was a straight up story mode and a versus mode, and they said we're not going to support it. There's no DLC, and it's a $60 game. That's what I was going to say, but I forgot what I was going to talk about on Fate of the Republic and Outlaws. Right. The other thing too about gaming, and I'll move on to another subject, but the price of Outlaws, if you wanted the full version of it, meaning the side missions with job and stuff, was $130. Yep. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I don't care anymore. Like,
you know what? I told myself I'm gonna pay I kept telling you, no, it's not, the price ain't low enough yet. The price ain't low. And I waited till that game got down to I think it was $35, and then I bought it.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm gonna play this game, and if I like it, then I'm gonna go buy the
DLC. Yeah. For it. Yeah.
And I was like, the game ain't doing it for me, so I'm not even going to waste my time with it.
Yeah. So if Fate of the Old Republic comes out and it's another $130, $140, and then they gateway it to here's the base game is $80, because I think Outlaws was $80, and then I'm like, no what, dude, I'm but But I also an MMO player where I pay $15 a month to play a game, but you get a lot more for your money.
Right.
Just whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, guys. So we'll keep an eye out on the gaming news. I'm surprised that we actually had 2 announcements. Again, Racers coming in 2026. And that's even on the StarWars.com. But Galactic or Fate of the Old Republic, I love the fact that it's Old Republic. It might bring some attention to it, and especially if it happens, it's popular, and we can talk about what that means going forward. But other news, I wanted to just I'm gonna hit this real fast, and I don't know if this is true or not, or if it's an oversight or whatever. I saw. I'm gonna shout out to Skywalker Hendricks, who's a fan of the show. I'm a fan of his shows and everything. But he pointed out to a group chat that I was in that Ahsoka season 2 was not on the 2026 Disney Plus slate as like the part of their announcement of their slate for 2026. It just wasn't on there. Now, 2 things: is it delayed, or is that an oversight? So I'm hoping it's oversight. Because they finished filming last year, right? I think they finished in October, and or this I think it was this year, something like that. So they had a lot of time to do anything. Why, if it's delayed, why wouldn't it be on the slate? Ahsoka season 2 would be like the most important thing for next year, I think, for Disney Plus. So,
Ernie?
Yeah, Ernie, what do you know about that?
Go on.
Yeah, is Paul on Ahsoka season 2, and when does it come out?
So Paul will be in Avatar season 2, and that will be coming out soon next year. You can catch the trailer for it now on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we're not getting Ahsoka next year, which will be very disappointing because then we only have the Grogu movie and Shadow Lord. That's it.
There was already a leak for the Grogu movie. Did you see that?
I saw the action figure leak.
Yeah. The Black Series leak. Yeah. That's how it always happens, is action figure
What was
form.
It's just Mando and Grogu.
2-pack?
Yeah.
But there's something in that 2-pack though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yes. I was like, really? It's a Black Series
it's already
and a
hanging
2-pack.
halfway out your mouth. Just spit it out.
You got to see the picture. I don't want to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah. Stu John, it should lead into the Mando movie, not the other way around. Oh, no. Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's saying where we have the movie and then the season?
He's saying it should lead into the movie.
So it should be season and then the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, when I was like kind of like researching if the Ahsoka 2 is delayed, what I was researching is saying like, because Dave Filoni has the overall picture and everything else, things could be changing, things could be kind of like shifting around. But Mando Grogu's in April, 4 months away. You know what I mean? And I wasn't expecting Ahsoka until the end of the year anyway. So if it is pushed off, maybe it's a January of 2027. You know what I mean? Which then 2027 is just jam packed because everything's gonna be butt up right next to each other. I don't think it's enough time to breathe. I think hopefully it's an oversight. It's something that maybe they're just not ready to announce officially, but I do think it is coming out next year.
When? And when is the other movie supposed to be?
So Starfighter is May of 2027.
Okay.
So in 2027, you have the Return of A New Hope in February. Then you have Star Wars Celebration. Then in April. And then in May, you have Starfighter. Okay. I don't know what other series or whatever that it's happening. So, shoot, if they even push Ahsoka off all the way to the end of 2027, that's going to be kind of bad. I think so. Yeah, I don't like that at all. So, we don't know. We don't know past Ahsoka. We don't know was Starfighter at that point. So,
I wonder why. Do you think it has to do story-wise with Ahsoka?
Yeah, I think so. If there is a delay of any kind, I think it's something where either they're going to crowbar in a series, a Tales of, or whatever it is, to kind of bring that story a little bit, kind of like more connected. It seems like they're in flux with this thing and always kind of like, okay, we got this overall thing we're doing, and maybe they're going to add content because there's content drought still, even after stuff comes out. James Morrow checking in. We've got Rick Jones. Ahsoka is delayed until 2027 May. He's saying, yeah, I mean that's what we are hearing. I don't know if I like that, but Art Henderson is checking in also. Rick Jones saying Ahsoka production wrapped recently. Yeah, they were done filming and so they were in post. And to me, I wasn't expecting Ahsoka until the end of 2026. So they had a whole year and, like 14, 15 months of post production. Some people, I've seen some reports of the delay because if it was more practical than the volume. So it was more, just like Andor was more, on location thing. So things got more complicated, but,
don't say it.
Don't say it.
Get it off the screen.
Oh yeah, they got a new writer for it.
Do it.
I will put it up there, and you read it in your head. If you don't say it, it doesn't come.
Give me a Stranger show though, and yes,
yeah, man. So Rick Jones says Ahsoka season 2 in May, but then you have Starfighter in May also in 2027. I don't know if they'll run a movie and a show simultaneously. I don't know. I don't think they've done that in the past, so I don't expect them to do that. Anyway, it's going to be too much promotions, and you have Ahsoka promotions and you have Starfighter promotions, and things won't. It's just too jumbled,
We can't have this. Okay, we gave you too much. Now we're holding back, and then to push it right back.
Yeah. They won't do that. They'll delay one. They'll delay one or the other. They're not good. I don't think they'll push it in that same month. There's just too much going on, and you have, like I said, Celebration right the month before, and Shadow Lord comes out next year.
Do you think that's why they did it? Because they want to do it right around Celebration time?
Well, Starfighter is right after Celebration, right after, a month after. We've always had, I think there's always been a show around Celebration, right? Like even Andor was his last one.
Well, I remember, did they release Obi-Wan
Anaheim,
the day of
the Friday of that Anaheim Celebration of 2022, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but again, like I said, Celebration has enough momentum with Starfighter, right? That so they can have final looks, final trailers, final things, and then everybody comes home from Celebration, and you have Starfighter the next month. Ahsoka makes a lot of sense to. I don't know. It's hard to tell if it's a story thing or if it's a content thing. Maybe they have some more content coming in that they've got to maneuver things around. This is all speculation, by the way, just because, again, it wasn't on the slate of Disney Plus for 2026, but that can be something that's added or whatnot. Again, we're just kind of trying to discuss why, Yeah, it's too John. But the merch to be sold, and assholes like me will probably gobble it up. Well, you're not the only one. Yeah, Star Trek tried it in the 90s and failed, meaning running things altogether. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. The Tales. Yeah, Hellrunners. You're right. The Tales of Animation is like a May 4th thing. It has been. It absolutely has been. They've dropped. Yeah. Did Steve make the slate? Yes. Bly. We have a Steve in the background messing everything up. All right, guys. Here's the thing. Okay. Do you know what tomorrow is? Does anybody know what tomorrow is? In the chat, in the pit, whatever. Tomorrow, December 18th. Anybody? I know Joey knows because I told him. Yeah, it's an anniversary of something.
Of Star Wars.
The day we all met. Duh.
Yeah, basically.
Was it because they moved the releases from May to December? It was very cold out.
Yes, so tomorrow is the 10-year anniversary of Force Awakens.
10 years already.
10 years. So December 18th, 2015, It came out. And here it is, guys. Tomorrow is exactly, Meeks. my point being, no one's talking about it. It's on StarWars.com has a couple things on there that says like it's almost like 10 facts about Star Wars Force Awakens, but no anniversary thing. I see no shows.
In case you didn't know.
That's the second time because I was in it twice. So
yeah.
This is my point. There was some discussion from a lot of people talking about like give the sequel some time. It'll be other people's Star Wars too, right? Just like we said with the prequels, and the prequels absolutely are people's Star Wars. The Clone Wars, the cartoon. I mean, there's a whole fandom based around Star Wars, but just the Clone Wars, and of course the original trilogy. And I made this kind of like a lot of dead horses being beaten in the pit. I made this point kind of like I don't think the sequels have a fan base. I think people that grew up and said kids with the sequels are be like that was a cool sci-fi movie and Kylo Ren and blah blah blah. And I just don't think there's a fandom there. I don't think there's a fan base there. The sequels now are intertwined in our fan base because we have to talk about them, right?
Here's the problem, Mooch. I agree with you fully. In this day and age that we are, these 10-year-olds that are now 20. So even when there was episode 1, 2, and 3, like those people have their families now and have showed it to their kids and their fans. That's their Star Wars. We talked about this as our OG trilogy is our Star Wars. Episode 1, 2, and 3 is theirs. And so now we have 7, 8, 9, right? And I agree with you wholly of saying this is the 10-year anniversary. So those 10-year-olds are now 20. Mm-hmm. But that generation doesn't have a fandom of anything. There's nothing they're fans of that gets celebrated. Everything that comes out is a season. You watch it.
Stranger Things is
you drop it out.
Nowadays. Yeah,
correct.
You know what it is? It's Disney. Disney's finally acknowledging that they don't want to poke the bear. They don't want to.
They're silently celebrating this anniversary.
They're stepping over the grumpy dog. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's very funny because you could be talking about Batu right now.
Yes.
And intertwine it in there and everything. You could really, I mean, Disney as being Disney could really be hyping it up. I mean, there's Life Day merch everywhere now.
Yeah,
from shirts to figures to everything in the park, and
right.
This could have been their whole big old thing coming up of 10-year anniversary. There was nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Dude. Rhino Hobbies. Yeah, parents won't let their kids watch the sequels because they would have to watch them too. Commander Bly, the sequels are like Avatar. They were a thing, and then everyone went about their lives. Again,
until the new one comes out.
It was like to me, the generation I saw was like, oh yes, I remember the Rey and Kylo, and that was a cool start, but not like how we latched on, not how like the prequel kids and the Clone Wars kids and the original trilogy kids latched on to Star Wars. I don't think the sequel kid, like I said, people said give it enough time and the sequels will have their base. I don't see any podcasts celebrating a 10-year anniversary. I don't see any merch around it. I don't see anything around it. And so again, it's almost like proving my point where, and I'm not happy about it either. I'm not like, haha, it's just the fact that it's just cool sci-fi films to people. You know what I mean? That's
what I'm saying. They don't have a fandom of anything.
Yeah.
Everything's too invested on your phone, your iPad, and it's watching YouTube creators or memes or anything. And maybe the meme this weekend of shirtless Kylo will go around or something.
I mean, it's tomorrow, dude. It's like I haven't seen anything. The fact that I'm bringing it up now is the only time that I figured I got to say something. 10-year anniversary is a major milestone. It's always has been in Star Wars, right? Dr. Brantley, I have 10-year anniversary of New Hope Empire posters because it was such a big deal, and the movies kept growing in stature as time went on. That's just it. Like I said, guys, back in the day, the whole turmoil with the prequels, I never for 1 minute doubted that they would be a part of our, fandom. I as much as like I was like, just conflicted with the style and stuff like that, I still love the stories. I still talked about, and we still kind of like worked our fandom around it. You know what I mean? And my son was born in 1999, so it's like Phantom Menace, and the prequels were his Star Wars, right? And so was Clone Wars and all that stuff. Like I said, we have a whole fan base around the cartoon more than a 10-year anniversary of the sequels. So that tells me again, maybe because there's not such a celebration around it, Disney is like what Joey was saying. They're kind of like, all right, maybe we need to shift gears and whatnot, So,
anniversary of all the great Ray and Snoke theories.
There was a lot of them. There was a lot of them.
And you know what? So that art is. I'm still pissed off that we don't have a Snoke answer yet.
No, a definitive answer.
Yeah. With the shows and animation to anything, we still don't have a clue about Snoke.
Yeah.
We know he was a clone, and then that was it. But he was shown there in the jars. Why haven't we talked about it?
It's like a big teaser that we're supposed to figure out ourselves, or what are we supposed to do with that information?
That's the thing, though. It wasn't even just in the Rise of Skywalker. It was also in Mandalorian where they showed him too, like in those jars. So
that was straight up Snoke clones, and people are saying those were Gideon clones. I'm like, no, those are had nothing to do with Gideon. Those clones, he was later on,
when Gideon has his own clone, that was totally different, right?
Yeah, it was a whole different plot.
That was his. Yeah, you know what I could do?
Yeah. I know some talk in the chat about filler episodes or filler content to bridge the sequels and make them more relevant, just like Clone Wars did with Attack of the Clones and the prequels. I think we're I don't know. I feel sometimes Disney, and rightfully so, maybe they gave up on that notion of trying to force it down us too.
Mandalorian's like kind of doing it.
They're bringing that 33-year into that gap, right? But it's more or less like and I saw a comment like this earlier was what the Mandoverse is doing is giving us a better sequel to the Return of the Jedi than the sequels gave us. You know what I mean? That it's and I agree with that. After the fact, I agree with it. But but the whole lack of a 10-year anything around the sequels does show either they've lost faith in their own timeline, and the fandom have obviously lost faith in their own timeline. And I don't think there's enough fan base there to carry a sequel, legacy.
I think the fandom is like you. They're tired of beating a dead horse, and they just, like they said, they moved on with their lives and just went on to better things.
What's up, Travis Mitchell checking in? Thank you. Let's check in with the pit here. See, how Runner Snoke is the one calling out Balin on Peridea. Oh, I don't know
about that one.
I don't know about that one either. Yeah, it's like there's I have to check the pop-up book that we got. That the children's pop-up book gave us more information on Snoke, and still don't have a definitive answer.
But it still wasn't a definitive answer, right?
No, because the one line that Leia said to Han about Ben, right? When Han said, "I lost him, I failed," whatever, and she says, "No, it was Snoke. He was there the whole time." And I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna get this shadowy figure in between, and bring in Kylo in," and we didn't do that. And then
I remember the theory they said that little kid that Anakin killed, they said that he was Snoke.
Yeah.
It's like Rhino said, "How did Snoke get his cool robe and slippers?" Yeah, and then the kid theory is what we hear. I remember watching it. Oh my god! And why did we think that because of the hologram? Why did I go in thinking he was so huge
at the time? Yeah, I remember the Force Awakens and talking to Chris about it, and the fact that it ended up being a hologram, we were kind of relieved that it wasn't this giant being. I
thought it was though.
Yeah. At first,
I really thought it was a giant being. Yeah, and then we see him. Oh,
yeah. It was almost like I remember.
It's a skinny old dude. Never mind.
Yeah. He's just. with slippers. Yeah, he went to Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah,
a 9-foot tall, skinny old dude.
Hal Runner says, he's talking to Bly, but I think they covered that in the comics too. I know Luke's hand ended up in the Exegol. Yeah, there was that whole Luke's hand theory on the prequels on how they would clone Luke's blood to create the Emperor and all that stuff. Some of the heir to the Empire stuff, right? So, yeah, so Pitt's going off on the Snoke theories and everything. Well, since there was no anniversary, like nothing big, out of the 3 films, like I said, we've said this before, I do like Force Awakens out of all of them. A, because Holdo's not in it, and then
wow,
yeah,
Rose is not in it.
Rose isn't in it. Holdo's not in it. Yeah, Snoke will be the one to betray and defeat Thrawn. I don't know, dude. Okay, here's a question. With that being said, in this time frame that we're in now, with the Thrawn coming in and Ahsoka season 2 and all that stuff, if they started introducing Snoke more and more intertwined in this, but not changing the outcome, I mean, he's going to be the leader of the First Order, and he's going to recruit Kylo Ren as the Knights of Right and all that stuff. Is that something that we want to see more, or is it that we need to just drop it all and just kind of like live in this little sandbox and let the sequels do their thing?
I don't know. I would like to see them continue to tell the story of the Knights of Ren.
I agree.
Or Kylo Ren, for that matter.
Yeah. Hal Runner, more Snoke.
I would like a lot of tie-ins. I think we could definitely get shows about tie-ins, and yeah. I thought that's what Mando was supposed to do, and then I feel like Mando got so super popular that they just held back. Like we could do its own thing,
That's I think basically, Mando was not supposed to be the phenomenal kind of like craze that it took off, and Grogu was the catalyst on that. Like Grogu became a worldwide sensation, like a money machine, great character, great everything, right? And Mando going as far as they did. That's why I think when it came to season 3, they was like, what are we gonna do here? And we're just gonna tie everything up in a bow, and at the end we're just gonna leave it. And then now we're getting a movie, and then there's a season 4. So it's became a juggernaut, which is, I think, better because it's now they have time to kind of like flesh out characters and do something new, and there's nothing grounding us we can't call anything back and be like, that's not source material, that doesn't work. It's just all new from and on. I think it works a little bit better that way, right? Versus saying and going like, hey, here's a Han Solo story, and then everybody's gonna be like, it's not what Han would do. You know what I mean? You'll get that stuff, and it's like, well, Mando and Grogu are safe at this point, and I think that's why it's working, Yeah, Knights of Ren could be cool, 100%. Let's see. What's the fig fury? It's just the body to hold Palpatine's Force essence, basically, so no need to know much about him. Well, there's controversial subject around Snoke on that level. In Rise of Skywalker, here I go. We're going to talk about sequels. Sorry, Mando Mike, go back to sleep for a second. The whole thing about I've been everybody in your ear and had Darth Vader's voice, had Snoke's voice, and ended up being the Emperor the whole time, right? So people took that literally, as in the Emperor has been the one sole entity in Kylo Ren's ear the whole time, which I disagree. I think it's more influential. Like the Emperor is behind everything. He's behind Snoke. He's behind Kylo's obsession with Darth Vader, but I don't think it was the same person. I think it was completely individual characters. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's just put it this way. I like that better than just somehow the Emperor was just doing all these things while he's healing and calling all the Sith Eternal to, you know what I mean?
He was a puppet master.
Yeah. It's more like influential. He put things in place to have everything happen. I like if we did get more Snoke in the Mandoverse, if we did get him more in the movie and Ahsoka season 2, if he is behind Balin's call to Peridia. You know what I mean? Like, I think you can make it work. You know. Duel of Fates was still better. Yeah, I mean, except for the fact that it would be filmed in actual space. That's what they wanted to do. Actual space. All right, Travis Mitchell. What's interesting is Snoke knew about the dyad between Ben and Rey before Palpatine did in Episode 9. I took it to be that Snoke was trying to have Ben for himself, betraying Palpatine. That's where I come in on the two individual characters. The whole dyad thing really messes with me when Palpatine, for 30 years, set up this whole plan of, I'm going to have Rey kill me so my essence can live in her and I'll be reborn again. But then at that last moment, all this planning, this 33 years planning, in one final moment, he's like, oh, wait a second. I don't need to do any of that. I got these two and they're a dyad, so I'm just going to use this. And Tina was like, whoa, what the hell happened here? So the whole notion of the dyad was very convoluted, you know. Yeah, I know, Commander Bly. It's don't overanalyze the sequel trilogy. You'll hurt your brain. I'm already hurting. Fig Fear, I agree. Moocher, that sounds better to me if I had the choice. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always the, like, let's say with the thing, it's always the what could have happened. We're here now. Well, maybe in Ernie's Mandela effects, we can have one where the sequels were EU.
Man,
Rey woke up from a dream.
I wouldn't know how to take that, and I'm sitting here telling you guys, well, where's Rey and Kylo? And you're all, who?
Yeah,
it's all about. Yeah.
Wouldn't that suck if you were the only one that knew, though? Like, it's like you still had it in your brain, and we're the lucky ones that forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode, dude. Like, no, I saw the trilogy and it sucked.
Yeah.
And then that's why I look at Ernie and go,
yeah.
No.
Don't say nothing.
Yeah.
James Morrow.
Moocher comes on it.
Go ahead.
Moocher comes on and is like, 789 is the best Star Wars we will ever receive. Yeah. What is going on?
Yeah. Oh, man. James Morrow, every time I hear it about the dyad, I think it's some kind of skin cancer that should be removed. Yeah. You know what? It's so funny because, like, when they talked about the dyad and they overused the term a billion times, and then they did it in, sorry, Ernie, but Book of Fett with the daimo, everything's a daimo. It's like nobody knew that word that much until that, and then they said every other line is the daimo, and it's like, oh my goodness, like they really latch on to things, man. Travis Mitchell, he made Snoke and gave him everything he needed to rise. He's a token. I don't think he's a brainless puppet controller. Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't think Snoke was I think he was allowed. One of my theories way back in the day was the death of Palpatine created a power vacuum, and Snoke was waiting in the wings because of what Leia said, right? He was always in the shadow, right? He was there, and when he even told Kylo, he's like, I was there to see the Empire born and burn and stuff. I'm like, oh, so Snoke has been in the shadows all the time, and he should have been Plagueis that never really died, and then Palpatine could have just been lying that he killed his master. He could have been like, almost like Voldemort. I destroyed him to the point where he can't regain power, and then somehow, and then he became Snoke, and then through Palpatine's death, Snoke rose to power again, but in that form. Again, think about it. He's just beat up, but he's so powerful he can't die. He found the path to life. That would have been a better story, that Snoke was actually Plagueis. You know what I mean? And that would make sense. And then have like a whole turmoil battle at the end, you know? So, yeah, exactly, Stu John. That's what, again, he was supposed to be Plagueis. Yeah. Let's see. Hell Runner. Yeah, 100% Snoke and Palps aren't aligned. Snoke was acting on his own according to Supreme Leader. That's where that's the school of thought that I'm at. Hal Runner, Anakin and George are a dyad in the Force. I don't know.
Do you think Palpatine saw him getting like that, like that power hungry, and then that's how he died? He let him die so easily.
Snoke,
Like,
you mean? Like,
he probably saw that Snoke was like, okay, yeah, I'm supreme leader.
yeah.
And it was like kind of like getting to his head, and then Palpatine was like, oh, okay. And
yeah, I mean,
because he died like just
yeah,
the way he died, dude, was just stupid.
It's a whole thing. Like, Palpatine's supposed to be on Exegol healing and formulating a plan to get the girl, right? Get the girl so he can basically take her over and be reborn. That was the notion of Rise of Skywalker at the end, right? But then at the very beginning, Kylo Ren seeked the Emperor out because of the signal, right? And therefore, then give me the girl. So he went to go get Rey and bring her to whatever. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. You guys are together or die? If that's the case, if he saw Snoke, that means that he was a part of the whole thing. And I don't know what to believe anymore. Like, that's why the sequels is kind of like still jumbled and out there, because I still don't know what to think is like what Ernie said. What is solidified? What is set in stone? We don't have definitive answers for a lot of these things, you know. And that's the question. Do we still want them, or do we just move on? You know what I mean?
I think Mooch, we just got our answer on social media. My phone was blowing up at this moment right now, and I had to check it. And I think this is the perfect way to get into Disney's answer.
Uh-oh.
So right now there's brand new merch at the park called the Rise of the Resistance hat, right? With an Empire symbol on it.
With an Empire symbol. What the heck?
These are hats brand new.
Yeah.
In the park outside the ride of Rise of the Resistance.
That's the cog. That's not the First Order.
You know what, dude? That could be totally a marketing guy at Disney that knows no better and just slapped it on.
That could be an oversight.
Yeah, but that is a huge oversight, bro.
Yeah.
That answers it all right there for us. There is.
Oh no. That's what are the comments on that thing? Are the people calling it out?
It just came out, so that's why everybody was funny. There.
They're like, wrong symbol, dude.
This is at the part. Look at that.
Yep. No, Rise. I mean, the Empire is long gone since the Resistance ever even became a thing.
I wonder where this is gonna go.
Are they retconning something?
Well, you know it's gonna go.
Are they retconning something? Yeah.
Now, if you see another Empire symbol on something that's not supposed to be Empire, then I would be like,
Well, there's right.
But I think that's an oversight from somebody in marketing that doesn't know no better. And
just like Stu John said, you expect somebody at Disney to know what they're doing.
But for as much as that has to go through, Joey, is what I'm saying is somebody would have, somebody should have caught it. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's probably because it won't sell. If it was
somebody probably saw it. They're like, Fugazi, Fugazi, it's Empire.
Yeah. That's
it is what it is.
That's a faux pas right there.
Yeah.
Tomato. Exactly. Rhino, who signs off on this shit?
Oh man, I don't.
I'm glad. I try, man. I try. I really try to get into
be there for them.
I
look at you know what? You don't try. You sit there and you laugh at them, and
But I mean, I try to give some attention. Like I said, I try to give some positive attention to the sequels. Meaning, I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to give The Force Awakens its justice on 10th-year anniversary because no one else is talking about it and no one else is doing anything about it. So I was like, I'm going to do it, and then they go ahead and prove it once again.
Disney pretty much just gave you the bat and said, "Here, this horse is not dead enough."
Yeah, Yeah, Steve John, I know, man. James Moore, I bet they are charging $60 for that mistake.
Yeah, it's 35.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's really bad.
I was talking about. I just watched ET this weekend. So Travis Mitchell. Weirdly, it was ET that softened me to the Force dyad. ET's species exists in Star Wars. ET is able to heal, levitate, and physically bond with Elliot, feeling what he feels exactly like a dyad. Yeah, that's so. If that's even like Snow Palpatine, I 100% get it. In fact, again, I just watched
that saying that we were wondering if ET was Force sensitive or if he had Force.
Yeah,
the only person that he was
on Elliot.
Yeah, the only person that he was excited about was when he saw the Yoda mask.
That's right.
Levitating them over when they're flying. And
oh no, he's 100% for. See, like he's not a Jedi, but he's a Force user. You know what I mean?
And his master was Yoda. He sees Yoda, and
The Night Sisters are dark side users, but they're not Sith. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that Yoda is absolute. That means Earth is canon.
Yes,
we are part of the Star Wars universe. Maybe ET was a Jedi running from Order 66, and he got lost and went to Earth.
Yeah, it crash landed.
He said, "They'll never find me here."
Exactly. Commander Bly with the $1.99 super chat, and I agree. To solve all of these the ST theories, who cares? You're right, man. At the end of the day, we can't change it, but we try to put it in its place. It is what it is. Maybe the Mandela effect will come and take us away to a new multiverse.
I quote Henry Hill in Goodfellas: "It's some real greaseball shit. You just gotta sit back and take it."
It looks like Charles Mitchell going off that theory when ET sees the kid dressed like Yoda. He doesn't say friend, he says home, implying that the species coexist in the same world. I love that. That's so good.
It's true.
Yeah.
See, there's that, but think about it though. I mean, a lot of stuff he did is like Force-like.
Oh yeah,
the healing, the levitating, the bike. I mean, that's all like Force.
Spielberg completely ripped off Star Wars. I mean,
stop
it.
What you looking over his shoulder? What you working on, George?
Yeah.
When he was showing the little Star Wars figures, he's like
levitation. Force healing. Okay, let me write that down. Yeah.
But you have this in other planets, so it's not Earth? No. This is
No.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. It's called Tatooine.
So ET was the first ever to use Force healing.
Yes, that's right. We didn't need Grogu doing it first,
But it wasn't Force healing, though. They were connected as the dyad because whatever ET felt, Elliot felt.
Yeah. Like when ET got drunk, Elliot got drunk. Yeah. Big Fury.
Another kiss.
Yeah. It is. I agreed, Fig. It's fun, joshing about the sequel trilogy now and then.
No, he did. He did heal him. Remember when he cut his hand on the little saw and he touched?
But Elliot.
Yeah.
But only to Elliot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like I said, all our talks, all our theory crafting. I mean, we put it in its place, and like it or not, it's just that. Where is it going? I think that's the thing too. Is like where is this going? Are we gonna be retconning, fixing things like Clone Wars did to the prequels with the Mandoverse, and which is I think it's welcome. I think people would really appreciate that. Adding some more dimension to the Emperor's character and Snoke's character. I think more or less. I like a lot of things about the sequels. What I don't like is the First Order. I don't like the Resistance and other things, you know what I mean? So there are things that I do like about it. That is a continuation,
Okay, what do you genuinely like besides Kylo Ren's story? What else do you like?
I like Luke's story. I like Luke's arc. Okay. Not that I can see Luke's because I don't see Luke as a traditional Jedi. I don't see him as traditionally trained. And I also see him as a weapon that Obi-Wan and Yoda used to defeat the Emperor, meaning like they had to send Luke because they knew that he's the only one that can defeat Vader, which in turn can defeat the Emperor, right? So I don't think he was ever meant to go past the Return of the Jedi status. Like he was never meant to start a new Jedi Order. He was never meant for this stuff. So with him doing things and running away,
John just hit it right there. Now I see Luke differently. You just had to say that right there. Luke's two masters became hermits.
Yeah, that too. Think about what was our biggest complaint on Revenge of the Sith about Yoda, right? He just dropped when he was fighting the Emperor. He basically dropped into an event and escaped and got into a car and left. He's like, I got to go into hiding. I can't do this shit. He's like,
so
he didn't even try again. He didn't even like regroup or whatever it was. It was like, no, all hope is gone. We're done. And I think that Luke, it's so Baylan Skull has this idea of the cycles keep happening, right? Once this emperor dies, the empire dies, there'll be peace and there'll be another empire. We've got to break the cycle. That was Baylan's thing, right? And I think Luke has some sort of that in him, meaning like, you know what? If we keep fighting this, it's just going to recycle over and over. So you know what? Let it all just burn at this point. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, like a Jedi teaching, because again, I see Luke as a different Jedi than the traditional Jedi. You know what I mean? Like Obi-Wan probably wouldn't have done that, but Luke Skywalker, different story, man. You know, but a lot of people's complaints is because how powerful he was in the expanded universe and what he was doing with the expanded universe. He would never, you know, be that kind of character. And I do agree that Luke wouldn't abandon his friends that fast. I really do. But there are
his character in the EU contrasts what we got in the sequels.
It's more or less what are you saying? Like what's
like, is it total opposite of what?
No, there's nothing because we didn't see it, right? We saw now we're starting to see it in the Mandalorian, right? We saw it in his hallway scene. He came to the rescue and he just, I mean, without hesitation, and he wrecked things. So we're seeing that. But how did he get to the point where all hope is gone? Everything, and then like Stu John did say that, you know, like his two masters became hermits, and he's alone. There's not thousands of Jedi anymore, so it's not like he can raise an army and go after him. He probably saw the First Order and stuff, and he's like, you know what, I'm tired of this crap, man. I'm gonna leave this thing and let it kind of hash out. So, you know, yeah. Let's see here. Travis Scott.
My complaint about the whole thing has just always been is there was no time jump.
My major complaint about the sequels are the First Order and the Resistance plot lines. Yeah. Finn, Poe, the Resistance, the Galactic or the First Order, Snoke. I think it's all crap. It's trash. It's like there shouldn't have been a First Order. There's no need for a Resistance. Like I said, we should have been dealing with the aftermath of the Empire and maybe a return of the Sith kind of thing, right? Like maybe I said maybe Plagueis in there, something like that, where it was more of the light and dark side struggle versus a galactic civil war struggle. Maybe we could have explored that more versus just a rehashed thing.
If they would have showed, I think if they would have showed more, like not the Luke of Mando, but like a little bit older, to like maybe like when Kylo's like in his like around 16, 17 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
If they showed from that part on, like Luke, like strong in the Force, building the academy with Kylo, and then up to the point of whatever happened on the when he destroyed the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I think people would accept why he took off and left more. Instead, we just got right when Kylo destroyed everything.
Yeah,
we didn't get what happened before that.
Yeah. And that's what hurt. And I think not revisiting that, I think what hurt. It was like Ernie said, it's the next day. There's not enough time in there, and they were finishing up these ridiculous plot points, and then it's the whole thing about the Emperor coming back, and it's like we didn't have time to explore Luke's journey in that aspect. But in the grand scheme of like said, Luke to me, Luke in the Rise of Skywalker was the worst part of it. Up to the Last Jedi, I actually was buying into that character, like him Even if it's force projection. I know some of you guys want him to be there physically there, but even if it's force projection and he became one with the force and killed him, I think that was the most Jedi thing he could have ever done. You know what I mean? To come back from the lowest point of his life to the highlight and do that. I think that was a key. But to come back and rise as a ghost and be like, hey, I shouldn't have thrown this away. Go get him, Rey, and be like, this is stupid. You know?
See, that's the thing. If they would have went in more depth, like what got him to that frame of mind to where he could just
they could have. I thought that's what they were gonna do, right? When they were doing the flashbacks and stuff. You know, I thought we were gonna see more of that, but
yeah, 10-year anniversary tomorrow.
Yeah, here we go.
Go watch
tomorrow, it. Force Awakens. Who's gonna watch it?
I'm calling out tomorrow, and I'm gonna go watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it tomorrow. It's a great opening. Music, everything.
The music's fantastic.
If anything, that's the movie out of the trilogy that I would go, or out of the sequel I would go watch.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I enjoyed The Force Awakens, even though
I like that. I mean, I actually like that one.
Yeah, it had some good. It felt Star Warsy, you know.
He stopped a blaster.
Yeah, I don't like that Han died, and I mean, like, you know, it's just this is some cool stuff. Hey, there you go, Rhino. He's gonna watch it at midnight. in true fashion, yes. Stu John. The TFA is not terrible, and I love it because it got my kids excited about Star Wars. Dude, you know,
it was back.
Yeah. I liked the hype leading up to it was fantastic. You know, it wasn't no 1999, right? But it was pretty exciting. It was fun. You know, Rhino hobbies. Give you something to sleep to. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, let's get out of here. Happy 10th anniversary to Force Awakens. Let's hope Ahsoka season 2 is not delayed. It's just something that they're adding to the slate or finalizing, whatever it is. Let's hope that we have a banner 2026 years, because you take that away, I think it falls short, even though with the stuff we're getting. But that was like the season 2 of Ahsoka, Sith, Shadow Lord, and Mando Grogu was going to be a banner year for Star Wars, and so I don't want that taken away. So we're going to see. Let's see about the games. We're very cautiously optimistic. I don't know. Some of us are pessimistic about it. We're like, I don't care until we see gameplay and an actual release date on these things where I'll be excited. But of course, they're going to screw something up price-wise, DLC-wise, whatever it is. It's not. The gaming is different. It's just different, you know. So to recap on that, guys, this is our last Sarlacc Digest on Wednesday for this year. Wednesdays will return the first week in January, but we will have our toy chest this Monday coming up. It's going to be a 2-hour extravaganza toy chest where we talk of the highlights and the lowlights, the highs and lows of 2025 when it came to the collecting world, and see where the future holds, because there's a lot of cool things happening. So we might have some. Yeah, go for it.
Before we leave.
Yeah.
Did anybody see that new AI?
Oh, the AI stuff
that came out with Darth Vader.
I haven't seen that one specifically, but I'm going to see it. But
making its rounds,
yeah. So in the AI front, guys, did you guys know that Disney sold 200 licensed characters to OpenAI, which means people can make. Darth Vader is one of them. Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, they're all there. They can make AI, but there's a caveat. There's a catch. They are doing a bunch of cease and desist orders, flying around all over the place, telling people to stop using any Disney character until this contract opens up with OpenAI, because what's going to happen is that you'll be able to use the AI, but you have to submit it to Disney, and they're going to possibly make a Disney Plus section on fan-made AI stuff utilizing these characters.
Like its own vault?
Its own vault, correct. So at first I was shocked that Disney would even allow people to utilize Mickey Mouse. I'm like, dude, that's dangerous, man. But they're going to have the final
stuff
say.
Is like a lot better than their stuff.
Well, no, I mean, like, look, dude, you're going to have Mickey Mouse doing a lot of things, because Mickey Mouse is one of those characters that they're allowing people to use. But it's going to be, for anybody to see it, it's going to be Disney controlled. That is an interesting step into AI and stuff. It's weird. I don't know what's happening, but again, more of that to come 2026 when we see that happening. So yeah, that's when Disney maybe they own it, and so maybe they'll start incorporating it. There's a lot of good fan films out there that utilize AI and stuff, and yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday. 2-hour Toy Chest, 5:30 Pacific time on this channel. Hit that bell notification, hit that like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm doing the outro, Ernie. I'm already on the roll, man. So
I hear you. Go ahead.
So yeah, guys. Links are in the description below to all of our affiliates. Our big network we all belong to. Go check out the Fallen Fett Chronicles every Wednesday, where he goes into Mandela effects and creatures and all that thing. I think it's all fake. It's all fisheye lenses, but
no, it's not.
if I think Ernie, that's your niche, man. Go for it.
Say that.
Yeah. So Joey, thanks for coming on here and talking Star Wars with me. I know that your Instagram, you do things
here and there.
If you're into 3D printing, link is switch below for my 3D printing channel, where you just go check it out if you want to. It's all self-explanatory. There's some great things on there. Major plan. I hate saying it, but it's true. Major plans for 2026. Everybody says it. Like everybody
That's what
says
I said
it.
at 25.
I know everybody says it. Wait till next year. It's gonna be bigger, badder. But I mean, it really is gonna be bigger and badder. So, the pit, you guys are absolutely amazing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody. If you are into the Toy Chest, we will see you on Monday in there, and that's going to be a fun time to close off the year. So with that, I think we're done, guys.
Should I say Scott's line?
I will make you say Scott's line right after Stu John Jet. Right after I address this garbage right here. Yes. You know what, Stu John? Let's put it this way. As much as I talk about Star Trek and stuff, I do recognize that in my 3D printing channel, I might have to kind of just bite the bullet and maybe make something for the masses, something that's not in the Star Wars realm. If there's enough demand for it, I might have to go for it, and I'll do it with a smile on my face. So anyway, guys, you guys are amazing. I love you all. We'll see you in 2026 or on Monday. With that, Joey,
keep it gangster, motherfuckers.
And there he goes.
Don't ever put that on my lap.
Later, guys.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.